I never thought the people who raised me, who taught me right from wrong, could erase me from existence. But that's exactly what they did. My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 28 years old. And my own parents declared me legally dead. They didn't just lie, they filed papers, told the bank I didn't exist, and drained every last bit of my money, every single cent. Before this story gets worse, hit like, subscribe, and tell me where you're watching from. I read every comment. And trust me, you're going to want to stay for this. I had what most people would call a normal life. I worked 60-hour weeks at a marketing firm, saved every penny I could, and yes, my parents were the people I trusted most in this world. They were my emergency contacts, my financial advisors, the ones I'd call when life got complicated. I had $43,000 in my savings account. Money I'd scraped together working double shifts, skipping vacations, eating ramen for months, just to build something for my future. My parents knew about every cent because I was stupid enough to trust them with my financial information. It started with small things that made my stomach twist. I'd try to check my account balance, and suddenly my login wasn't working. I called the bank, thinking it was some technical glitch, you know? The customer service rep put me on hold for 20 minutes, came back, and said something that made my blood run cold. "Ma'am, I'm sorry, but there's no account under that name in our system." No account. I'd been banking there for 8 years. I thought it was a mistake. God, I was so naive. I drove to the branch thinking I'd sort it out in person, maybe show my ID, clear up whatever computer error was happening. Little did I know, my life was about to be wiped off paper. My existence was about to become a ghost story. The bank teller looked at my driver's license like it was fake currency. She kept flipping it over, holding it up to the light, then typing furiously on her computer. The clicking of those keys felt like gunshots in my chest. "I'm sorry, miss, but according to our records, Sarah Mitchell died 3 weeks ago." Died? I'm standing right there, breathing, talking, very much alive, and this woman is telling me I'm dead? The room started spinning. I grabbed the counter to keep from falling over. Then she showed me the paperwork. Official documents, a death certificate with my name on it. Bank closure forms, signed by my next of kin. My parents, my own mother and father, had killed me on paper and stolen everything I'd worked for. The bank staff looked at me like I was a ghost walking among the living. They whispered to each other, pointed, called security. I couldn't believe my own parents did this. The people who taught me about honesty, about family loyalty, had murdered my identity for money. Here's how they destroyed me, step by calculated step. My father worked in insurance for 30 years. He knew the system inside and out, knew exactly which forms to file, which loopholes to exploit. They started by claiming I was missing, filed a missing persons report, then escalated it to a presumed death case. They forged witness statements saying they'd seen me fall into a river during a camping trip. They even had fake search and rescue documentation. My mother, the woman who used to braid my hair and read me bedtime stories, sat in front of a judge and sobbed about losing her precious daughter. The death certificate was processed within 2 weeks. Then they swooped in as my legal heirs and cleaned out my accounts. $43,000 transferred to their joint checking account. The house I was renting, they told the landlord I'd died and collected my security deposit. My car loan? They claimed life insurance and paid it off, then sold my car. They knew exactly what they were doing. Every cent in my account. Gone. Everything I worked for. Every sacrifice I made. Every dream I was building. Taken by the 2 people who were supposed to protect me. Hit that subscribe button if you think what they did was absolutely unforgivable, and let me know in the comments where you're watching from. This story gets so much worse. Try living when you legally don't exist. Try explaining to your boss why you can't provide a social security number that matches their records. Try getting medical care when the system says you're deceased. Try dating when you can't even prove you're alive. I couldn't pay bills because my bank accounts were closed. I couldn't get new accounts because the credit bureaus had me listed as deceased. My credit cards were cancelled. My phone service was terminated. I was evicted from my apartment because I couldn't prove I existed to sign a lease. Every day felt like I was fading away, piece by piece. Friends started avoiding me because the whole situation was too weird, too complicated to explain. I slept in my car, the one car they somehow missed, and showered at truck stops. I ate gas station food with the few crumpled bills I had in my wallet. I was treated like I didn't exist, because on paper, I didn't. I was a ghost haunting my own life, watching everything I'd built crumble while my parents lived comfortably on my stolen money. But here's the thing about ghosts, sometimes they come back to haunt you. 3 months into this nightmare, I'd gathered enough evidence, enough documentation, enough pure rage to fight back. I contacted a lawyer who specialized in identity fraud. I compiled every bank statement, every text message, every piece of proof I could find. Then I walked into that bank, the same branch where they told me I was dead alive, breathing, and ready to confront the system that had erased me. I had legal documents proving the fraud. I had a court order demanding account restoration. I had 3 months of fury burning in my chest. The same teller who treated me like a ghost 3 months earlier went white as a sheet when she saw me. Papers started sliding off counters. Other staff members froze mid-conversation. The manager came rushing out of his office, stammering apologies, frantically typing on his computer. They thought I was gone forever. They thought Sarah Mitchell would stay buried under their paperwork and their lies. They were wrong, dead wrong. The legal battle took 8 months. 8 months of court dates, lawyer fees, and reliving the betrayal over and over again. I got most of my money back, 37,000 of the original 43. The bank paid additional damages for their role in the fraud. But some wounds never heal. The money came back, but the trust? The belief that family means something? That died the day they filed those papers. My parents faced fraud charges. My father lost his insurance license. My mother had to do community service. They both got probation and were ordered to pay restitution. But you know what the real punishment was? They lost their daughter, not on paper this time, in real life, forever. I haven't spoken to them since the court case ended. They tried reaching out, tried explaining that they were desperate, that they had gambling debts, that they never meant for it to go so far. But you don't accidentally declare your child dead. You don't accidentally steal their entire life savings. You don't accidentally destroy someone's existence. The betrayal, that scar, will never heal. It changed how I see people, how I trust, how I protect myself. But it also taught me that I'm stronger than I ever imagined, that I can survive being erased and fight my way back to life. If this could happen to me, someone who trusted blindly, who never questioned family loyalty, it can happen to anyone. Always protect yourself. Always keep backup documentation. Always have someone outside your family who knows your financial situation. And never, ever give anyone complete control over your life, no matter how much you love them. Have you ever been betrayed by someone you trusted? Someone who was supposed to protect you but instead destroyed everything you'd built? Drop a comment below and tell me your story. Tell me where you're watching from, and let me know if you think my parents got what they deserved, or if the punishment wasn't nearly enough. And if you want more shocking stories like this, stories about people who fought back against the system, who refused to stay buried under other people's lies, hit that subscribe button right now, because trust me, this is just the beginning of what people will do for money, and what survivors will do to get their lives back. My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 28 years old, and I'm very much alive.